All right, I'm practicing a piece of content that I'm gonna film today while I'm working out, because that way it's just more real and raw and authentic. The goal is 1 weekly vlog, all right? And today I'm doing upper body, some overhead press, some weighted strict pull-ups. I'll probably do some bench and probably some strict legless rope climbs, because I haven't done them in a long time, and that's just really good for like functional pulling strength. I find those more entertaining than curls. Let's pick back up in the car, because I actually have I had a lot of stuff happen to me this past week, especially going on with CrossFit. I wanted this big podcast and talking about all kinds of stuff, and just people, they do not understand the difference between exercise and training. And most people that do CrossFit, they are just doing mindless exercise. And that's why CrossFit sucks in many ways. Not in every way, but in many ways, CrossFit, it's not what's best for people. All right, so I have a lot on my mind. I had a really stressful week. I put out this piece of content with Mark Ripito probably 2 weeks ago, saying that CrossFit training is not training. It's just high intensity exercise. And I put it out on YouTube and Instagram, and it went just like viral on Instagram. Not viral, but it got a lot of shares and a lot of engagement and a lot of hate, because I pissed off all these devout CrossFitters that don't really understand the difference between training and exercise. And just to add context to this story, because I ended up going on another podcast about it, but exercise is defined as any physical activity done for its own sake. Just any physical activity for the effect it produces in the moment or right after you finish that physical activity. It's any mindless, random physical activity. That's exercise. Training is any physical activity done with a specific long-term goal in mind, with purposeful workouts designed to produce that goal. And you'll discover most people that you see in a gym, they are not training. They are just mindlessly exercising. They're just checking the box, punching the ticket. And that's why most people never get any real results, because they're just off, just doing mindless exercise. They don't even think about what they're doing or why they're doing it. They just know they should exercise because they know that's a good thing. And exercise is a good thing. But if you want to get results and you want to get the best return on your time spent in the gym, you do not just want to do mindless exercise. You want to go into the gym with a goal, a plan, and you want to train. So it was a short form piece of content, so obviously it got taken out of context. This is why I don't like a lot of short form content, because you don't have the ability to explain, details or nuance. Basically, Mark Ripito just kind of shit on CrossFit. CrossFit training, it's not training, that's high intensity exercise. And he's actually right, it is. And that is what I'd probably say the majority of CrossFit is. If you go into every CrossFit gym around the world, a lot of it is just random exercise. CrossFit's definition is constantly varied functional movements done at high intensity. And they think their methodology is the godsend. They think devout CrossFitters think CrossFit's the only way to get healthy. And so then I went on this CrossFit podcast, because that piece of content got so much hate that I had to go on this CrossFit podcast to kind of explain myself. And the debate was, I was debating another guy who's a good CrossFitter, and he's very passionate about CrossFit. And I think that's a good thing, because he's passionate about helping people. But the debate was about what is the single greatest way for the average person to improve their health. And his argument was doing CrossFit, and my argument was getting stronger. Because I've trained thousands of people. I've been training people for almost 15 years. And I've spent thousands of hours on a gym floor training clients, coaching classes. If you just distill down the single most important thing that a person can do for their health, it is not CrossFit. It's not doing any mindless, random exercise. It's just to get that person stronger. And they were bringing up all these different examples and scenarios about why you need to do all this cardio and functional movements. My argument is being strong is the most fundamental thing you can do for your health, because being strong allows you to do everything. And just so you're clear, strength has a definition, okay? And it's Mark Ripito's definition, but it is the correct definition. Strength is force production. Strength is defined as your ability to produce force against an external object. If you just think about that, that is a very apt definition of strength. And the average person, let's consider the average person just a very unhealthy, overweight, under-muscled person that doesn't exercise, what's the single greatest thing you can do to help that person? Is it just going to do random, mindless CrossFit workouts where you're doing like a bunch of box jumps, burpees, barbell thrusters, dumbbell snatches, barbell snatches, kipping pull-ups, wall walks, all those other really just kind of random, arbitrary, functional movements? Or is it just to get the average person to start building some muscle, start getting stronger? And without a doubt, it's just getting stronger, because getting stronger is going to improve the quality of the average person's life more than anything. And I'm not saying, to be clear, I'm not saying do not do any cardio whatsoever. I do cardio. I do lots of cardio. What I'm saying is you never want to prioritize cardio, or in CrossFit terms, the metabolic conditioning. You never want to prioritize cardio over strength. And the best example I can give is, like, let's take your 90-year-old grandpa. Do you think your 90-year-old grandpa cares about how good his cardio is or how good his VO2 max is? That's his ability to process and utilize oxygen, VO2 max. Do you think your grandpa cares about his VO2 max, or do you think your grandpa cares more about his ability to stand up out of a chair, or the ability to pick up his grandchildren? Obviously, it's to stand up out of a chair and to pick up his grandkids, and strength is fundamental for that. Think about it on these terms if you've never thought about it. They were arguing that people die because of chronic disease, cancer, obesity, diabetes, and all that stuff. And I agree with a lot of that statement. However, the reason people die is because they stop moving their body. And when you stop moving, you just literally kind of shrivel up, you resume that fetal position, and then you expire. Think about that. And the reason why people die is because they lack muscle mass. This is a phenomenon. It's not a phenomenon, it's a fact. It's called sarcopenia. Every human after the age of 30, they naturally start to lose muscle mass as they go through the aging process, unless they actively try to preserve their muscle mass by resistance training, lifting weights. Do you understand what I'm saying? Strength training, resistance training is the single greatest way to spend your time exercising, because it is going to preserve your muscle mass better than any other form of training, including CrossFit. That is why the greatest thing the average person can do for their health is just to get stronger, so they're able to maintain their muscle mass. I'm not saying don't do cardio, but if you're lean and muscular and your body composition is mainly muscle, very low body fat, you are a metabolically healthy person, okay? You're not gonna have diabetes. You're probably not gonna have heart disease. You're not gonna be obese if you're all muscle and no body fat, obviously, all right? But you can see plenty of fat and overweight and metabolically unhealthy people that do plenty of cardio. They'll go for a walk, they'll go for a jog, they'll get on the elliptical machine, but they don't have any muscle mass, and they're still holding a high amount of body fat. But in the argument of CrossFit is, oh, they have to do metabolic conditioning, they have to do all this cardio to get your blood pumping to improve circulation. And I'm just thinking, no, cardio is good, but it pales in comparison to the benefit that strength training gives you. Being strong and improving your body composition is going to improve your circulation. The more muscle you have on your body and the less body fat, the better your circulation will be. All right, that was a rant, but at least I was able to explain myself and put it out, on this public forum. I'm gonna go work out right now, and I'm gonna get stronger. All right, today's upper body day. Overhead press paired up with weighted pull-ups. It's my first superset. So about to do my second set now. I already did my first set. Hopefully my second set will feel better. Just a little tip, when you're doing strict press, overhead press, I like wearing a belt, all right? That way you have something to brace against. And I'll show you what I'm about to do. I'll do this press with a suicide grip, meaning my thumb will be under the bar, not around the bar, under. I get a close grip, shoulder width grip. And when I press this, I'll lean back a little bit. Ideally, you wouldn't lean back, but I have weak shoulders. So I do what I can to get the weight overhead. Weights feel heavy today. I'm not surprised by that, because yesterday I hit a super hard back squat workout. Did 5 sets of 5 with 396, 180 kg. So I can tell that my body and my central nervous system is still fatigued from yesterday's workout. But my upper body feels okay.
So I'm just gonna get through the workout today. I'll be able to get my reps, I think I will. I'm gonna walk on over here. We'll do my weighted pull-up. You see my setup, just a basic weight belt, 24 kg kettlebells, 53 pounds. So overhand grip, use the same grip on my pull-up as I will my overhead press. That way it translates better. And I'm just training antagonist muscles, all right? My pushing muscles, and now I'm supersetting it with my pulling muscles. Push and pull, basic. Just bang out 5. I'm a much better puller than I am pusher. Generally, most people are gonna be better at one or the other. Some people are really good pressers, not great pullers. Some people are good pullers like myself and not great pressers. Occasionally you'll get people that are really good at both. They're just genetically gifted. But that's my first superset, so I'll hit 3 more sets of each. And right now I'm just doing a very basic strength cycle, just a step method on my overhead press. 1 week I do 5 sets of 5, the next week add a bit of weight, 5 sets of 4. The next week add a bit of weight, 5 sets of 3. And then I just repeat that. And the next time I go back to my 5 sets of 5, it'll be a bit heavier than the first time of 5 sets of 5. I'll do my second round of 5 sets of 5 with the weight that I did 5 sets of 4 with the previous 3-week cycle. And so you just gradually bump your weights up like that, because you'll hit a plateau really quickly if you try to add weight every week on your overhead press. Your overhead press is always gonna be, for most people, it's gonna be the most difficult lift to progress. Struggling. 4th reps, hard. This is just building strength. Again, I'm partial to barbells. You can get stronger and build muscle using machines just as well as you can free weights or barbells. However, think about this. I prefer barbells, because if you get strong with a barbell, like a barbell back squat, barbell deadlift, bench press, overhead press, using machines is a lot easy. I'll use barbells, but just think of these not as exercises, but just as foundational human movement patterns. Squat, deadlift, overhead press, bench press, strict pull-up or strict chin-up, strict push-ups, strict dips. It's not rocket science. That's why I get frustrated at all these fitness influencers that try and reinvent the wheel, try to complicate things. Really what they're doing is they're distracting and confusing their audiences. Stick with the basics, because the basics are what works best. Set 4, I'm gonna try to bang these ones out a little faster. Try to keep my legs straight too. Watch my legs. See if I'm doing shitty strict press reps, comment below that I'm a loser. Fatigued. I'm getting the reps though, so it's good. If you get your reps, take it. Remember, not every day is gonna be a great day in the gym. It's just not how life works. That's why I think I said on my last vlog, you need to cherish the days that you feel good and you feel strong. Because not every day's like that. But if you only train on the days that you feel good or you feel strong, you're not gonna get much done. Consistency is really the most important thing with any training program, and the best program is the one that you'll stick to, the one that's sustainable for you. So there's 5 sets of 4 overhead press at 72 kg. So that's about 160 pounds. And then 5 sets of 5 weighted strict pull-ups with 53 pounds. First superset, and I'll move on to my second superset. I'm doing a close grip bench press, and I'll superset that with some kind of pull. I haven't decided yet. Notice I'm wearing a belt, not because you have to, I just like it. I'm able to brace a bit more and incorporate a bit more muscle. I'm a terrible bench presser, terrible overhead presser, but I'll never get any better if I don't practice it. So, and I tore my pec earlier this year, so you can see it right there. I'm missing a chunk out of my pec, probably forever, which sucks. Luckily it wasn't too major. I don't think it really negatively affects me too much, but I'm always easing back into my bench press. So see how this first set goes. Close grip, feet up, try to bang out a set of 8 to 10. I wish my pressing was as good as my pulling or my deadlifts or my squats, but it's not. I got long arms. So pairing up my close grip bench, I'm gonna attempt a legless rope climb. I haven't done these in probably over a year. I personally find legless rope climbs to be an extremely high value for time exercise, especially to build pulling strength, specifically your biceps and forearms. Let's see how this goes. It's been a while. It's like riding a bike. Don't use it, you lose it. Do I need to be able to do a strict legless rope climb like that? No, but I like doing it. It gives you an insane bicep pump. Like, that blows up your biceps, your lats, forearms, fingers, and you're getting my heart rate's up now too. Just doing some steady state rowing, because all I'm doing right now is training strength, and then I want to PR my 2K row. In my opinion, the rower, Concept 2 rower, is the greatest cardio machine ever. Total body, use your legs, use your upper body, gives you an amazing cardiovascular stimulus. I just finished my rowing workout, 20 minutes on the rower, accumulated over 5,000 meters. Let's actually see what I got. See, we'll go. 18 strokes per minute, 19. All right, just steady state cardio to finish off my upper body workout. Strength is of the utmost importance. Cardio is important too. Never prioritize cardio over strength for overall health and well-being, but do not neglect cardio either. Like, your heart and lungs, extremely important. Just putting something on my Instagram story. If you guys only consume my content on YouTube, that's great. I love YouTube more than Instagram. I think Instagram sucks sometimes, but Instagram is great to keep up with me if you want to know what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. And I'm literally just putting this on my Instagram story right now. And I'm gonna finish it off. I'm gonna finish this story with a reminder to everyone that discipline is the strongest form of self-love. Discipline is loving yourself enough to give yourself everything that you truly want out of life. And if you love yourself, you will respect yourself. And if you respect yourself, you will take care of yourself. That's my message, all right? That's the impact, or that's the message that I wanna put out into the world. All right, love yourself, respect yourself, take care of yourself. Health is a personal responsibility. Health is a choice. I'll see you guys on the next vlog. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.